All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stacks in the City. I am Ashley. Hey, you all. I'm here with the amazing and beautiful Candice Latham. Hey. Latham. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're here. You all. So we're doing our very first IG Live podcast. I don't know if this has ever been done before, but we are recording live as we speak. And we're going to be talking about all things money, personal finance, investing, all that fun stuff. So we have been doing a lot of chit-chat online during quarantine about investing in the market. Why is it a really good idea to do that? But what if you're not necessarily ready financially to do that? What if you got a lot of debt? What if you don't know how to budget? What if? Is it still a time where you can do that? Is it possible to even get involved? If you want to get involved, should we just start from the beginning? What do we do? You guys, I have Candice Latham here to tell us exactly what it takes to make sure that our money is right, to answer these questions, and to get us started on the right foot when it comes to personal finance. So, Candice, thank you again for coming, being here, looking fabulous.
Thanks for having me.
So, I really want to start from the beginning. I love to get a context about people and the way they were raised, how money was raised for them. I think that's very important in determining how we interpret our money now. So tell us a little bit about how you grew up and how money was taught to you.
Yes, of course. So I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, so born and raised. And, we didn't grow up, I don't come from a family of money. And, my mom is, I guess opposites attract, because my mom is, very, frugal. She likes to save money. She's always, going to thrift stores or just trying to always find a bargain.
Amen.
And my dad, he was the complete opposite. He wants to look fly. He wanted to drive the Cadillacs. He wanted to have the Jordans. He kind of liked to wear his wealth, right? So I had the two opposites. And so my mom's way of teaching us about money was actually she would give us $5 a week, right? And that $5 had to last us. I'm in middle school, high school. I'm like, Mom, how is this $5 going to last us, right? She's like, well, if you spend all you have on Monday, you're not going to have enough to last you by Friday. So
wait, this $5 had to last you all week?
Yeah, that $5 is supposed to last us the whole week.
Is this 1930s?
And this is middle school, high school. So after a while, $5 obviously wasn't enough. And, I had to start working on my own. So I was in a program called Urban Scholar. So I would receive a stipend. And then, so I would receive that stipend, and then I was also working on the weekends at a ski resort, babysitting. So I was earning money, and it was my junior year of high school, and I had made $10,000 that year. But guess how much money I had in my bank account?
How much?
I had $0 in my bank account. Even though
Hold up. Where did so I'm assuming that you're still living at home, and your parents are probably taking care of all of your big bills. Where'd that money go?
Girl, let me tell you where that money went. I think of the habits of my dad, I was just wearing my wealth. I had so many fingers. I didn't have to repeat a shoe for 3 weeks. I had a 2-finger ring. I had a gold ring that said candy on it. Why I had a gold finger ring that said candy, I don't know.
Because it was the 2000s? That's why? That's why we had...
Yeah, I was just buying, shopping. That's where all my money went. So, that still didn't stop me. But I did notice, wow, I made all this money, but I have no money in my bank account. And my mom, she was a single mom, so my parents got divorced. But then I ended up going to college, and I'm in college. I started reading more money books, but I still wasn't really following them.
Of course.
They're doing, but I'm not really taking action.
Of course.
So then I graduated college, and I graduated with $38,000 student loan debt, and I eventually ended up getting a credit card too. And so, I have credit card debt and I have student loan debt. And then, my first job, I was only making, $30,000, out of college. I'm okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to, pay? And, mind you, let me say this is an important factor because I had to move back home. Because where else am I going? Where I'm living with $30,000.
Exactly.
In my own luxury apartment, buying all these nice things. So I was living at home, so that definitely cut down on my, living expenses. Because my mom, she was charging me $250 a month. That was my rent payment that I had to pay. So I was okay.
Your mom was really out here. She ain't playing with all this frugal tip.
Yeah, it went up a little bit though.
Inflation.
Yeah, so now I'm working, this first job was making $30,000 a year, and then I got laid off like after 6 months. So now I'm like, I had just kind of started paying my student loans too. My student loan minimum payment was like $300 a month, and I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? So I actually had to like pause my student loans during this time because I couldn't like afford to pay them, and as I'm searching for another job. So I went to school for graphics, and so I was just kind of like teamed up with one of my friends. He like kind of started like freelancing, and so he was like, let's just help people like build their websites. I was just like, okay, so that was kind of bringing in some money in the meantime for me.
While you were laid off from your like 9 to 5
while I was laid off. Like, yeah, so I had a little bit of income coming in. But then I ended up applying to a bunch of jobs, and then I got another job, which I was making like $38,000 a year. So I was just like, okay, 38 is better than 30.
Right.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how it started. Like, I'm at this ad agency job making $38,000 a year. You know, I made sure to sign up for my company's 401k program so I could start investing that money. But I was still paying the minimum of my debt. So all this time I'm paying the minimum balance.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but it sounds to me that you were already kind of thinking ahead. Like, it seems to me that you were already kind of taking some action when it comes to getting your money right. You were actively trying to pay debt. You were kind of aware of it. It seems like you were, like you said, already opting into your 401k. I think a lot of people either may or may not know about that, especially like when you're just getting out of college. So you were kind of on that path.
Yeah, I think it's just because I was reading the personal finance book. So like maybe I was like, I thought I wasn't taking action, but I'm still like learning. So
gotcha.
I'm like, okay, this is what I got to do. Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So now I'm at my job. I'm working there for a few years. And I decided to just like start a blog. I was just like, you know what, let me just start a blog and just start talking about like, you know, my money journey. So I started like a blog just talking about money and sharing the different books that I was reading. But it wasn't until like 2015 that I actually started getting serious about, you know, like paying down my debt aggressively. So up until that point, in like 2015 is kind of when I started like learning more about like a personal finance community. I didn't even know that there were other people blogging about money. And I had attended like a conference called FinCon. And like this conference was like, yeah, I was just like, I met so many other people. They just like opened up my eyes. There was people like investing in real estate. You know, there were people like paying down their debt. There were people who had their own business. I was just like, whoa, I know nothing about this. You know, all I kind of knew was just this 9 to 5 world, this, you know, have debt forever world. Like, you know, that's all I kind of knew. So this community kind of opened up my eyes to what was possible in life. So in 2015, I actually created like a debt challenge, and it was just like me.
Like for yourself?
Yeah, on my blog, I started a debt challenge. I sent it out. Just like, hey, like let's make paying off debt fun. Is anybody interested in like being in this debt challenge? And you know, whoever pays off the most debt in like 11 weeks would just like get like a pot of money. So like you had to like pay to get in, but then at the end, like you would win like $500. Like that's how we.
That's so
did
fun.
It. Yeah, so it was like fun. We were all like in a Facebook group. So I think community is like a big word that's kind of a part of, you know, my journey. Because like I saw this quote yesterday that said like, if you want to change your habits, you have to surround yourself with other people who are doing what you want to do. And so, yeah, so I built this community. At the end of the 11 weeks, we ended up paying off like collectively as a group, like $39,000 of debt. Like, and it was only like 11 of us. It was either like 9 or 10 of us. It was like 10 or 11 of us in this like group where we're just paying off debt. Obviously, I couldn't win, but even during this challenge, I ended up paying off like one of my student loans. So I was just like, wow, this is great.
And what was the duration of the challenge?
It was 11 weeks. It was an 11-week challenge. We all paid off $39,000 during that time. And so I was just like, wow, this is like so powerful, you know? And it was just like a small win for me because I usually do like the debt snowball. So I was focusing on paying the debt with, you know, on the smallest balance first. And so thanks, y'all. I appreciate that. So yeah, so once I paid off that small debt balance, that kind of motivated me like, wow, if I can just pay that one off, like I might as well just keep going and paying off the rest of them.
That is amazing. Look at the power of people. That's what I'm getting from that too. Like the power of what happens when you bring people together. You have you're completely vulnerable. You're being honest with yourself and with others about what your situation is, and then you all are working together to get there.
Yep, absolutely. And it was kind of new for people because people couldn't believe that we were even like sharing our money online.
Right, that's exactly.
Email like, girl, I can't believe you sharing your business online.
Exactly. You know how black folks are.
Yeah, I know.
I said it.
It's always like, hey, what goes on in this house stays in this house. Don't we tell them
That's right. Good for you guys. But it was coming from a good, like a positive place.
Yeah, it was coming from a positive place. So after the debt challenge, I continued to just, focus on paying down my debt. But before that time, so I'm paying off debt, but I'm also still investing in like my company's 401k. And then also, like before I kind of got serious, I should have said this before I got serious about aggressively paying down my debt. I had opened up a Roth IRA account, and I also opened up a separate brokerage account. So I had like my 401k,
right.
And I had a Roth IRA, and then I had an individual account where I was investing in stocks as well. And the brokerage account I opened up one year when I actually decided to do something smart with my tax refund this year. I was like, I'm just going to take $1,000 and open it up brokerage at Charles Schwab. That's what I used. And so that's what I did.
Really? Just like that? Wait, so you were still in debt and you still decided to go ahead and start some investing as well?
Yeah, I was still in debt and I started to investing because, I just felt like it was important for me when I just did my net worth. One day my cousin was just like, what's your net worth, Candice? And at first I only thought about net worth as like celebrities. I'm like, I don't know what my net worth is, right? He's like, well, I was 23 then. He was like, well, if you're 23, you should have at least $23,000 of assets. And I'm just like, wait, what?
Where'd that come from?
$5,000 in assets. And I graduated with $38,000, So I was in the negatives at that point when I was 23. And he asked me, I was in the negative. So that was kind of motivation. I was just like, okay, I want to get to a positive net worth.
And that's what you did to work to get there. So we're going to talk about like debt versus investing a little bit later because, again, I think that's a very interesting topic. Like I said, it seems to me that you did do a lot of educating from the jump. And I want to know what some of the books that you read, some of the resources that you had to get you there. What were you reading about?
So I was reading Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And I was reading this one book that I love. It was called A Millionaire by 30. And it was by this guy named Alan Corey. And so what I loved about this book was that every month, he was documenting his net worth and how much he had. So he went from back when he was going to college, but his parents, he didn't have to pay for student loan. I think his parents had paid for his college. So he graduated being debt free already. But he was working at a job that he didn't really love. But he just wanted to, earn enough money so by the time he was 30, he could kind of retire. And so, every month, at the end of the chapter, you'd see his net worth. So he started with, zero. And then he'd be like, okay, I opened up this account. And then I had a 401k. So that's kind of how I learned about a 401k. So I was just like, wow. Oh, you have a 401k? Maybe I should get one. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And so then he started, investing in rental properties. He was just talking about, the mindset that you needed because all his friends were graduating college and, buying these luxury apartments or buying this nice furniture. And, he's shopping at thrift stores to get a couch and his friends are coming over why you got this dirty couch?
Right.
You can just,
the cigarette stains.
Get along for a nice furniture. He's like, nope. And so he just started putting his money into saving up his money so he could buy rental property. And then by the time he was 30, he became a millionaire. He started buying buildings. So he was just motivated just to read his story, see his net worth growing.
That is oh my God, that's amazing. Y'all, oh my God, I'm having heart palpitations. Y'all need to get literate. That's all I got from this. Literacy is so important. I think finding something to read, finding people who have inspired you, who aren't, like you said, they're not necessarily in your circle, can really get you inspired to doing what you need to do to get your money right. So you guys, oh my gosh, I'm going to definitely, sorry, I'm just having a moment. I know, I feel dehydrated all of a sudden. I've just got lightheaded. Literacy, y'all, is number one. Okay, so we're going to zoom back a little bit. Talk a little bit more about this debt community. So for me, it seems like the one thing that y'all did was come together, be positive, and be honest about where your money went. But what was it about that month that motivated you to start paying off more money? What were people doing? What were you doing? Besides getting this cash prize, what were y'all doing? That was any different from any other month? It seems like your income didn't necessarily change within January to February. What were y'all doing?
Yeah, so it was very motivating because I'm seeing other people put thousands of dollars, $1,000 towards their debt. And if I was only going to put $200, I'm like, I can't just put $200 and somebody's putting $1,000.
And you're the one who's doing it.
Some people, one guy, he was a fitness trainer, so he started taking on more clients. Since now I had my blog during this time, so I had my 9 to 5, but I was also, making money from my blog. You know, I had like money coaching, I had digital products. So I was able to make money, and I was also like, you know, doing like freelance design work for other clients. So like that's how I was able to like bring in extra money outside of my 9 to 5.
Gotcha. So you were doing, so basically all that like extra money outside of your 9 to 5 was going toward paying off your debt.
Yeah, that's where it was going.
Some of y'all need to get a second job. That's what I heard from that conversation.
Yeah, I think that's another important piece here of my debt journey. It's just like earning more income. Because it's like you can only cut back so much. You know, they got that gospel song, just like after you've done all you can.
Amen. What an altos.
Like, after you cut back all you can in your budget. Like there's only so much you can do. And then I was just like, you have to make more money so you can put that money towards the debt.
That's right.
Because paying the minimum balance isn't really gonna get it moving.
No. And the way that debt, like your student loans, credit card companies, the way they have it set up is so that you pay just enough so that they get the maximum amount of profit. So they're the ones who are benefiting, not you.
Yeah, now you're getting hit with interest, and now it's just growing. Yeah. And Cass is saying, yeah, keep your first job, right? I know we're so quick to be like, I'm gonna put this 9 to 5.
Yep.
But yeah, the 9 to 5 played a big role because now it's just like it's extra income versus, you know, when you're a full-time entrepreneur, it's like you have to use that money. Hey, Fusa, when you're a full-time entrepreneur, you have to use that money to live and pay business expenses and pay taxes and like, you know, versus that just being extra.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's what I got from that conversation too. Please explain to people what a 401k is. Explain to people how many of us are already I'm gonna let you handle this.
Okay, so 401k, well, some companies offer 401ks to their employees. So if you're working there, it's kind of like free money because sometimes they're matching what you're actually putting into the market from your paycheck. So it's not like you're getting this money and then they're just taking it away. It's already taken away from you before you even, you know, decide. So that's what I love about it because it's not like I'm used to already spending this money. It's like for day one, I signed up, so I don't even know what my life is like with this extra money. You know, I'm just gonna sign up and take it away. Because I think sometimes we get used to like earning this certain amount, and now we're like, I can't cut back. Like they can't take $300 out of my paycheck. Like how am I gonna live now? So I think that signing up to your 401k is a good idea, especially if the company is offering a match.
So what exactly is a 401k, and what's a match?
So I like to think about it just like a vehicle, like a bucket or a vehicle to place your money in that is like growing in the market. Like it's not like a savings account because you're getting more interest in this one vehicle, right? And so like a match is actually like a company like adding money to, like if you have this bucket, it's like the company is actually pouring money into your bucket for you, and you're putting money in this bucket as well. And so like when you have two sources putting more money into this bucket, that's how it's able to like grow faster.
My cup runneth over.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like at this job, like I worked this job for like 5 years, and there were people that still didn't sign up for the company's 401k. They're like, oh yeah, I haven't signed up yet. And I'm just like,
really?
Yeah.
So the 401k basically is like an investment account, but through your employer. Like if you have a 9 to 5 job, it's through your employer. You're putting money away that you never see. Make sure I got this right. You're putting away money you never see, and the company is putting money in there for you.
Yes.
So if I put $1 in, they put $1 in.
Every company has a match, but like most companies do have a match.
Y'all, I hope oh goodness, those palpitations are back. I think I want to do a big episode on like 401ks too. I think a lot of people don't know that they're investors themselves. They are actively investing in the stock market if they participate in like a 401k, or in DC, we have a lot of federal employees, so it's your TSP account or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like free money.
Free, y'all, and we love free. I know I love free. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Good gracious. Anyway, okay. So it seems like to me, building community. We talk about that. We're building community, getting a second job, and were you living at home at this time as well?
Yep, I was still living at home.
Okay.
There's a question. Can you clarify if you should have a minimum of your age and assets? I don't know if that's like an actual rule. I just know that's what my cousin was telling me when he asked me about what my net worth was. And he was just like, well, if you're 23, which I was 23 at the time, he said you should have at least $23,000 of assets. Like that's what he said to me. And so, but I was in the negatives at that point, so I didn't have $20,000 of assets.
There is, I forget, some of these publications that honestly I think are a little bit out of touch with our generation, no offense, had this like, remember there was a big controversy about you should have like $75,000 in assets by like 30 or something? Do you remember that? There was a huge outrage about like, that's impossible. You can't have $70,000 in debt when we're all blah, blah, blah. It was a huge thing. Maybe not.
I remember hearing about that.
I'll see if I can find, and I was probably trying to send it to you. But anyway, first of all, that's a bit difficult. And I think a lot of people don't even understand what a net worth is. They don't understand what it means to have assets. I think we're so pressed to talk about like the yearly salary. I have friends who are really excited about getting more money each year, which is important. Mm-hmm. But if you're not keeping that money, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like I think that we have to be focused not just on our salary, but actually using that salary to grow our assets.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if not, we're just getting older, we're making more money, but it's basically just going out the window.
It's going out the window. And it's funny,
that's why it's not about like how much you're making. Well, how much you're making allows you to reach your goals faster, but if you're not even doing the right things with the little bit of money you have, you can make more and still not do the right things with the money and still not reach your money goals. Still not reach your money goals. Yeah, it's funny, I talked to a lot of my friends' parents, and they're inching away toward retirement. But they're just as lost. They don't know either. A lot of them don't know. And I'm like, wow, can you imagine, being 60, almost 60 years old or so, and you don't know if you have any money in the 401k. You don't know what that is. But no one really explained it to them either. And I think like the community, that's the community, the people you surround yourself with matter. Like my mom, she works at like, a big institute, a big college university in Boston. And like she works in the HR department. And a lot of the employees there, even like the African-American employees weren't signing up for their 401k. They weren't signing up for all the benefits. Of course, the other counterparts were signing up and they had all this money. So they just now made a law, maybe like 2 years ago, for the universities to automatically enroll people into the 401k. Before that, like people were 55, 60 years old talking about, can I retire? And they didn't even sign up at all. And it's like, it's just so sad. I know.
It makes me really sad. But yeah, you said it's lack of knowledge, or a lot of us are scared. My grandfather, he would put money in the mattress. I didn't sign bank accounts until I was 16 because I was afraid. Wow. Yeah, I read about the Great Depression. I didn't like that. I'm like, I'm not going to happen to me.
Yeah, I know. It's just like what we don't know can hurt us,
It can't. Exactly. So I have a question on my end about touching on assets versus liabilities.
Yeah.
What is that? What does it mean?
Your net worth is your net worth is kind of like a financial report card. I like to think about it as like a financial report card. And so your assets is just like, we talked about like different investment vehicles. So we talked about the 401k, we talked about, the Roth IRA, we talked about individual brokerage accounts. So those are like assets, and also your savings. If you have money in your savings account, those are assets as well. And your liabilities is just like your debts, so if you have credit card debt, if you have, a medical debt, if you have, a car loan, you have, student loans, like these are all liabilities. So your net worth is actually just like all of your assets and subtracted by all of your debt. So the number that you get is what your financial report card is, or what your net worth is.
So if you want to increase your net worth, you should probably focus on decreasing the liability, so paying off any debts that you have.
Yeah, I think that, paying off your debt does help increase your net worth. And I think that for me, it was important for me not to just wait until I paid off, like I was completely debt-free before I started investing at all. Because I became debt-free at January 2017, December of 2017. I became debt-free, right? So if I had just waited until December of and when I became debt-free, my net worth was $53,000. So it's just like, but if I didn't invest and I just became debt-free at 28 and my net worth just now at zero, and now I'm 30, I wouldn't be worth $53,000.
Interesting. So, okay, which actually perfect timing for this question. Do you recommend paying off your debt or saving or do you want to do? You recommend doing that at the same time? And I have that question too. Like, should we invest while we're paying off debt?
I think that it's important to do, I think it's important to like save money. I think it's important to invest, and I think it's important to pay off your debt. But like, you got to understand, like, at first I was paying the minimum of my student loan debt. I graduated in 2011, and I was paying the minimum until 2015. So it's just like, I didn't do everything at the same time. It's like my assets were growing, and I was focusing on, okay, let me put money in my 401k. Now let me take my tax refund and open up an individual account. Okay, now maybe next year open up the Roth IRA account. But like all this time, I was only paying the minimum on my debt and then focusing on paying off my credit card debt, because I have credit card debt as well. So it's just like, okay, I can pay down the credit card debt. And then once 2015 hit, now it was like, okay, the credit card debt is gone. I'm already investing in these vehicles over here. Now I can focus on the student loans.
Got it. So you're kind of dabbling in each kind of asset. So you're spending money, you're saving money, you're paying off debt, but you're growing your assets. But you're kind of focusing on like a specific entity.
A specific thing. I'm focusing on a specific thing, like at a time, but I'm still doing it. So like, even if I had to, like, let's say, for example, maybe when I was focusing on, my investment period, my 401k, like I'm getting like the full match, whether that was like 11%, 12%, I'm investing that, whatever, that's the max that I could invest. I'm investing that. But then when I was just like, 2015, it's time to focus on the student loans. Maybe I brought the percentage down a little bit. Like maybe I can't get the full thing. Maybe I'll just have to do like half, but I'm still doing something.
And excuse me, that investment piece, like when you were starting with the 401k, seemed a little bit more of a passive kind of thing, right? Because like employers are kind of investing for you.
I have to do every month. I have to log in and actively take money. Like it was just, like out of sight, out of mind. Like I'm doing this, but I'm just living my life.
Good. Look at that. So, okay, while you were still actively paying off your student loan debt and your credit card debt as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So, I'm trying to pay off some debt. Let's say I'm trying to pay off some debt. What would I need to do first? Should I focus on credit cards first? Should I focus on student loans first? I'm overwhelmed.
I think that if you have credit cards and student loan debt, like for me, like I focus on the credit cards first because they have the higher interest rate. Like credit cards have 18%, 23%, APY. So I was
why is that a bad thing?
Oh, because the higher the interest rate, the higher, the fees that they're charging you every month. So it's like, they could be charging you like $45, depending on like how much you spend. They could be charging you $50 a month. They could be charging you $70 a month, $100 a month. And so like, yeah, I know. So you got to make sure they're getting the credit cards kind of paid down first, because you're losing money faster over there.
Gotcha. So the lower, you want to pay like high interest rates first, kind of, or like higher balances?
Because now you're talking about there's two ways to pay down debt. Well, mostly two ways. I know people probably like remix it, add extra ways in there. So there's like, the avalanche method is just like focusing on paying down the debt with the highest interest rate. And then there's the debt snowball method, where you're paying off the debt with the smallest balance. And usually I try to pay off the debt with the smallest balance first, because like I like to just get small wins. Even though in the long run you end up paying more money, because you're not focused on getting rid of the debt with the highest interest rate. I focused on the debt snowball method. So I kind of put my credit cards, like I sat down and I was just like, okay, how much debt do I have in credit cards? Now I listed them down from like the lowest balance to the highest balance. And like, that's what I was focusing on paying off first, like in that order. So I didn't even put my student loans in the mix with this.
Okay, so we're kind of separating and organizing a little bit too.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so now that you've built, or now that you've paid off your debt, what are you doing now to build wealth? Like, what do you see yourself, like, what are you doing to increase your net worth? How do you see yourself increasing your net worth in the future?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I actually the other job, now I was earning $38,000, and my net worth, my salary at my job, I was there for 5 years. It only went from like $38,000 to like maybe like $41,000, my income. That's all it went. Then I got let go. So I got let go in January of January, when did I get let go? I got let go in 2017. And so I still had $10,000 of my student loan debt left to pay off. And then in December of 2017, I became debt free. So when I got let go, I was just kind of like, okay, now what am I going to do? But I was kind of low-key happy that I got let go, because I wasn't happy at my job.
I know, that's right.
I was trying to plan my escape. I was like, okay, maybe I should start saving money in a separate account. So I called this account like living life on my own terms, and I started like putting money and savings aside so like I could at least have a little cushion. Because I was trying to decide, like, am I going to go back to a 9 to 5? Am I just going to try to work for myself? So I ended up like freelancing. So I was freelancing at this company where I was making more money freelancing than I was in my 9 to 5. Plus I also had like, my other side design clients, which I actually turned that into the Latham Agency. So I'm like a freelancer, but I created the Latham Agency where I help business owners craft their content. I help them with their brand identity, help them with their graphics. So I am now like, I'm fully employed by myself right now. So what I'm actually doing to build wealth, I still have, my brokerage account where I invest in, but I also sign up for a solo 401k. So I invest money in there as well, when I can, because, as a business owner, it's like, okay, you got to make sure it's
different. Yeah.
What's left here that I can, put into my investments. But no, in the future, I would definitely love to, get involved in, investing in, rental property. So that's kind of, my next bigger goal.
Good for you. Well, let me know when you're ready, because we're about to do
you have 2 rental properties. I don't have to reach out to you later.
When you're ready, whenever you're ready, please reach out. If you have any questions, I want to be of as much service to you as possible.
Yes, love it.
Anyway, okay. So, guys, we're winding down. Is there anything you want people to know? Any final words? And we're going to take questions from y'all, too. Yeah, we're going to do a few minutes of questions for either of us, specifically with Candice. Again, it does seem like we can invest and save money at the same time, pay you off debt at the same time, as long as we're kind of focusing on that. Anyway, any final words?
Yeah, I think that when you have a lot of debt, it's easy to just kind of feel weighed down, this debt is never going to go down, and what I did is I didn't even look at I would track my net worth, but when I'm focusing on the debt, what I'm paying down that month, I'm not focusing on the huge, $26,000. I'm just focusing on that one debt balance the smallest balance that I'm trying to eliminate right now. And so that was helpful for me because it's okay, now it just makes it seem more possible. Okay, I only got $5,000.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, then just move on to the next one. So it's not this total large amount and I feel overwhelmed. I just kind of broke it down.
So start small.
Yeah, I just think just don't get discouraged. Find ways to make extra money if you can, because, that extra money that you have can be used towards, paying down this debt or putting that towards your investments.
Excellent. Oh, my gosh. Candice, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for taking time, y'all. Again, this is kind of impromptu, somewhat. So I really appreciate her taking the time out. It really does mean a lot. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and I actually have a free net worth tracker if your audience is interested in,
absolutely,
tracking their net worth every month. It's the one that I use digitally. It's an Excel spreadsheet. It actually does the math for you. So if you put in your assets and you put in your debt, it'll calculate the net worth, your net worth number. So that's actually just located in the link in my bio if you guys want to sign up. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll make sure I have that in the show notes. You guys, please take advantage of that, because I might do that myself. I hate math. I said it. I don't like it. I said it. I know. I talk about money. Isn't that something? So you too, guys, can be wealthy and not math. Anyway.
It's possible.
It's possible, y'all.
I'm good at math, girl. That's why I got my design degree, and I was like, okay, peace out.
Keep it moving. Excellent.
Yep.
Okay. Questions, guys, and we don't have time for shy. We don't have time for shy. If you have any questions, let us know.
Is a flex spending account the same as a 401k? I don't believe they're the same.
I don't think they're the same either. I don't actually, hold on. What I'm going to do, because I'm not 100% sure. I know it's not the same.
I think flex spending is what your company gives you to spend money on something else, but it's not a 401k investment though.
A flex spending. No, it's not.
I know. I haven't been in corporate America in so long now that I'm yo, what is a flex spending again? I don't know.
And I've been out of the game. I get fired all the time. Oh my God, sorry, I shouldn't say it out loud. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got time to lie to y'all. Wait. Flexible spending account. Is that an HSA? Flexible spending.
Oh, maybe that is a part of the HSA. Somebody in the comments help us out.
Yeah, y'all. We should. Flexible spending. It sounds like to me. So there's something called an HSA account, which is it's like a health savings account. It's also known as a flex spending, from what I remember. Basically, is money that you put away on top of like your IRA, or if you're putting away from your 401k or insurance, you're also taking money into that, but that goes only to health stuff. You can invest that money, but you get a card, you use it only for health.
Got it.
But I don't know if that's a flex spending.
Well, I just know for sure that they're not the same.
Yeah, they're definitely not the same. They're definitely not the same.
Okay, is there any other questions? Someone says, I want to invest in a rental property, but I have $19,000 in credit card debt, so I've been hesitant. I think that's the Ashley question. Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't like debt at all. And I think I'm not necessarily going to say that you should be 100% debt-free before you start investing, because when buying property, leverage isn't... There's a difference between debt and leverage, in my opinion, but they're both forms of debt. Leverage is used intentionally to earn more money. And I would say you can do it, but I think that you have a good grasp on your debt. So if you're aggressively paying off your debt, if you have a good plan on how you're taking care of that, your credit card debt, then I would pursue it. But if it's just there, no, you gotta handle that. You gotta make sure you handle that first. At least get a grasp on that before you start investing. Just like what you did, Candice. You did the same thing. You're dabbling in like investing, but you're being aggressive with the credit card debt. So that's what I would do. I would do what Candice did. But they don't teach us any of this. That's what we're learning now. Never too late to learn, y'all. It's never too late to learn.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Never too late. Any other question, guys? Don't be shy. Go.
Yeah, well, this was great.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Thanks again, Candice. Fabulous. This will be available online. Sorry, on my podcast on Thursday. Also, Candice, we may need to see if we could do another challenge. That sounds super fun. I don't know if you're doing them anymore. No pressure. Huh?
It was a fun challenge. Yeah, I feel like other people have done them since then. Like, I've had people that's been in my challenge and then they created their own challenges.
I've never heard of it before. I've never known people to do that.
Oh, really?
Yes,
yeah,
I never knew. I think we may have to. We'll be brewing. We'll be brewing. But anyway, Candice, thank you so much again for coming. She's like, okay, good. We have some interest. Thank you so much for coming. You're amazing. Seriously, you're truly amazing. We really, really, really appreciate it. And I don't know how this ends, so stay fabulous. I really don't know what to do now. You guys...